So, a report has just landed in Nepal that has the potential to shake the entire political landscape. We're talking about the official inquiry into the Zen-z or the Zen-z movement. And believe me, this is no ordinary report. This document is so unbelievably massive, it's actually making headlines for its size alone. So let's dive in and break down what's inside.
Okay, so just how big are we talking about here? Well, with all its annexes, all the evidence, all the testimony, the full report clocks in at nearly 10,000 pages. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's like trying to read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy about 8 times over. It's just a mountain of information for any government to get through.
So the investigation is officially done. The report has been handed over, delivered right to the Prime Minister, and now pretty much the whole country is kind of holding its breath, just asking one simple question. What happens now?
All right, to get our heads around all this, here's how we're going to tackle it. We'll start with the report's just incredible size. Then we'll dig into what the commission was actually supposed to be investigating and what some of the explosive initial findings are. We'll see just how deep they went, and then we'll look ahead to the really crucial next steps and the huge political test this whole thing represents.
Okay, first things first. Let's just talk about the sheer physical size of this thing. Because, the page count isn't just a random number, it's a statement about the incredible depth of this investigation.
Just look at this breakdown. The main report, the part with the actual analysis and conclusions, is a hefty 900+ pages all by itself. But the real story is in the evidence. Once you add in all the annexes, the transcripts, the source materials, that's where you get that staggering 10,000-page number. This isn't just an investigation, it's practically an archive.
A report this massive just begs the question, what exactly was this commission supposed to do? What was their core mission here?
So the commission has been really clear on this point. Their job wasn't to play politics or give opinions. It was to be detectives. Their sole mission was to build a minute-by-minute, totally fact-based timeline of what actually went down during 2 very critical days of the protests.
And those 2 days were Bordeaux 23rd and 24th. Everything in this 10,000-page document, every single piece of evidence, it all comes down to establishing exactly what happened in that specific 48-hour window.
So, this brings us to the juicy part, right? The core of it all. What did they actually find? Now, the full report is still under wraps, but some commission members have let a few of the key takeaways slip to the press.
One of the clearest hints we've gotten points directly at security failures. A commission member flat out told reporters there were, and I quote, weaknesses right from the barricades at the beginning. Basically, they're saying things started going wrong from the very first moments of the confrontation.
Well, that of course leads to the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? If there were failures, who's responsible?
And on this point, the commission is pulling absolutely no punches. According to one member, this report isn't just about finding mistakes, it's about demanding consequences. The message is loud and clear: if you messed up, you're going to be held accountable. This whole thing was designed to have teeth.
Yeah. And we're not talking about a simple slap on the wrist here. The report apparently recommends action against everyone found to be at fault, with 0 exceptions. It could even include Fajdari Abhiog. We're talking formal criminal charges. So for the people named in this report, the stakes could not be higher. Now, to make such bold recommendations, you better believe the commission had to do its homework. And the sheer scale of their investigation is honestly just as impressive as the report itself. How thorough were they? Well, get this. The commission formally interviewed or took statements from over 200 different people to piece together their timeline of events. And this wasn't some one-sided inquiry either. They really talked to everyone. Witnesses who were there on the ground, victims who got caught in the chaos, different subject matter experts, and really anyone else who might have a piece of the puzzle. Just try to imagine it, taking over 200 interviews, plus mountains of other evidence, and distilling all of that into one coherent story. That's what makes up the 900-page main report. It just shows you the incredible density of the work that went into these very serious recommendations. Okay, so the commission has done its job. The investigation is complete, the massive report is written. What's the next step in this whole process? Where do we go from here? Well, the path forward is pretty straightforward, actually. Step 1, the commission's work is finished. Step 2, the report now belongs entirely to the government. And that means step 3, the government, and only the government, gets to decide what happens next. They decide whether to act on it, and they decide whether the public ever gets to see the full thing. And the Prime Minister's office has acknowledged this handover. A commission member reported that the official response was simple. This is now the government's property. We will do what is necessary.
So yeah, the ball is now firmly in their court.
And this, right here, is where the real drama begins. Because in Nepal's political history, a bombshell report like this is often just the opening act of a much longer and much messier political fight.
See, Nepal has a history here, and frankly, it's not a great one. Major investigations in the past, like the famous Mullik and Ramaji commissions, they produced these powerful, damning reports, and then they were just left to gather dust on a shelf. The recommendations, completely ignored. So when a journalist asked if this new report would suffer the same fate, a commission member was emphatic. He promised, "It will not happen. Be assured of this."
And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? After this absolutely monumental investigation and its very clear demands for accountability, will this 10,000-page report finally be a real turning point for Nepal? Or will it just become another impressive 10,000-page monument in the graveyard of shelved investigations? Only the government's next move will tell.